du coup? On m'entend. Quoi? Peut-être là, je suis. Ah, ok. Parce que sur le vue-mètre, je suis quand même assez haut. Enfin, je suis presque au max en fait. Mise à jour de driver, ben j'en sais rien. En fait, OBS me dit que il me donne un timeout sur l'encodeur. Et après, ben, une fois que j'ai ça, le seul moyen, c'est de... Ouais, c'est ça, n'a pas répondu dans les temps. J'aurais dû noter le message. Alors, en fait, j'ai fait plein de trucs, hein. J'ai mis à jour sur Windows 11, il y a certainement un driver qui a été mis à jour. J'ai mis à jour OBS, tu vois. J'ai fait plein de mises à jour en fait. Comme parallèlement, j'ai pas trop streamé, tu vois, ben, je sais pas à quel moment ça a foiré. Bah, pas vraiment, hein, je tourne pas mal en rond. C'est pas la meilleure partie du gameplay. Beaucoup de, beaucoup de backtrack, beaucoup de recherches, savoir où sont les personnages. T'es au taf, tu bosses. Pense. Télétravail. Bon chose à faire, ok. Alors le message que j'ai c'est encoding queue duration surpassed 5 secondes. Faut même le coller. Même le coller dans le chat. Merde, oh, c'est pas vite. C'est le message d'OBS. Rien, j'étais tranquillement en train de jouer, il se passait rien, tu vois. Ah non, bah ça. Non, j'ai pratiquement tout fermé, tu vois. J'ai juste le chat, OBS, Firefox, très peu d'onglets. Je vois pas pourquoi j'ai ça. Apparemment, il y a aucune réponse. Apparemment, Windows 10. Ça ferait ça depuis la 28. Je l'étais jusqu'à semaine, je pense. Et je pense que ça vient pas forcément d'OBS parce que le lieu de rebooter, tu vois, c'est vraiment la carte qui se bloque. GPU qui est. Non, ça passe pas à travers la lib, tu vois. C'est directement avec le GPU, ça, c'est là. Il y avait une mise à jour OBS, je viens de la faire. Ça règle le problème. Apparemment, le problème n'est pas listé dans la liste des fixes. À mon avis, pas. Le driver est à jour, ouais. J'ai checké tout à l'heure, en fait. Ah, dans le journal Windows. Regardez. Moi, je t'avoue, j'ai un peu la flemme, mais. C'est les événements. Et attends, c'est. Non, mais comme c'est toi qui me le demandes, je vais. Ouais, y a pas de réponse. Je trouve. Plutôt tenté de dire que c'est le driver, hein. Ah, c'est peut-être le reschooling. Ah ouais, moi j'ai mis un reschooling. Ah, ah non, en fait, ce que je voulais faire, c'est faire les recordings en 440p, puis streamer en 1080, tu vois. Faut que je trouve une autre solution. Mais alors en même temps, pourquoi est-ce qu'ils ont mis l'option reschooling si ça marche pas, tu vois, enfin, bon bah c'est assez relou, hein. Moi, bah tu vois, ça marche pas chez moi en tout cas. Ça foire sourd. Non, j'avais jamais eu ça avant. Mais avant, en fait, j'avais peu de soucis, hein, ça. Et vraiment, les seuls soucis que j'avais, c'est quand mon provider, là, il faisait des mises à jour de routeur. Mais non, non, par contre, c'est... Je pense que t'as raison, c'est le reschooling. Ah, je réfléchisse. Ouais, mais je vais regarder si je peux pas le pas modifier. Ça, je vois pas tellement d'autres solutions pour les plugins. Ah ouais, c'était l'un de mes plugins, mais je ne sais pas lequel. Si, un de mes plugins plus tard. Ouais, à mon avis, c'est pas ça, hein. Bah ouais, mais le problème, c'est comme tu dis, hein, par élimination, mais là, ça l'a fait au bout de 6 heures, tu vois.
We can see that this lance has a particular spear shape It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
C'est pas en or. En cuivre. Vachement haut, hein, quand même. Non, mais je vais commencer par pas la bonne forme. On va faire le tour des plugins. Je pense qu'il y en a pas mal qui n'ont pas survécu le passage à la version 29 d'OBS. Hop. Hop. En fait, il y en a qui ont démarrent même pas, que j'ai dû supprimer à la main.
I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip.
Celle-là, elle est quand même vachement mise en
I
avant, en
can see
évidence.
this
Hein.
lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Le nouvel Ops, exact.
I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Ouais. Je verrai assez bien celle-là. Non. Et en fait, il n'y en a qu'une seule qui est en cuivre. Il n'y a que celle-là qui est en cuivre. Ah, t'as pu dormir un peu, Océane? On prend celle-là? Bon, c'est pas marqué, mais il a dit qu'elle était en cuivre. Et après, elle a quand même vachement mise en évidence. Hein. Un peu marqué, prenez-moi.
must be sure of my choice. I cannot get it wrong. Am I absolutely sure this is the one to take?
Ah bah. Les quais. Ah. Se lève. Ah, j'ai pris celle en cuivre. Celle qui était bien en évidence sur l'hôtel. Eh, salut Small Tom. Du matin? Ouais, et du soir. Du soir au matin. Ça va bien? Ah, attendez, il y a eu téléportation là. J'ai pas trouvé tous les indices. Pas trouvé tous les exemplaires. Ah, ok. Déjeuner.
I'm already pressed for time as it is. Mother's waiting for me on the wharf.
Une toute la journée. Ah, c'est pas Goldman. Attends, il fait du sport toute la journée. Qui? Ah ouais, elle court, ouais, c'est plutôt ça, ouais. Oui, il a fait un bébé toute seule. Ah, ça y est, un cul-de-sac.
Richet, sticking your nose
Ah.
everywhere again.
Wow, what's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur. I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
Why? What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career. There is no question of me letting you ruin everything. I just surprised Piaget and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him, immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick.
Frappez-le.
Look, I don't know what you're going on about, and I don't have time for this right now.
Don't think on getting rid of me so easily, de Richet. Where have you been?
Faites-moi confiance. Manipulation. Alors attendez. Il est vulnérable à l'étiquette.
Did Lord Mortimer tell you you could trust me?
Yes, but...
So, I'm working for him right now, and you're wasting my time with your questions. Look, If he
pas la
hasn't taken you
dure.
into his confidence, then you shouldn't know yet.
I'll soon figure out what you are up to. And I am convinced that you have indeed robbed Mortimer. The game is up. Give me what you took from him.
You know, this is becoming an obsession with you.
Show me what you are carrying, or I will call the servants.
Ah, il est immunisé à quoi, on a dit? À la politique, conviction. On va l'embrouiller, si on y arrive. On va pas y arriver.
Remind me, who did you hear making those alleged charges against me?
His Eminence Piaget and Monsieur von Wollner were discussing them when I joined them.
And remind me, during the conference, which side were His Eminence and Mr. von Wollner on?
Sir Gregory. But what has that got to do with it?
And did it not occur to you for a single instant that they might have been speaking about me in front of you on purpose? To manipulate you? I trust them to detect novices who are likely to be taken in, yes.
Those sons of whores. Ah! So that's how they see me.
Be careful to make sure the conference keeps on going ahead smoothly, though. Please. It would grieve me to have to report you to Lord Mortimer.
No, of course. I'll make sure those two bastards get what they've got coming. Right. We'll leave it there. I'm glad that things have been cleared up.
So, are we finished here?
Indeed we are. I shall leave you.
That's right. Go play somewhere else. See you later, monsieur.
Ah bon, j'espère qu'on va pas tous les rencontrer, hein.
To hurry up and join my mother at the wharf now.
Ça va être chaud, hein. Alors. The yes need the no. Alors les quais c'est par là. On va aller à gauche. Ou à droite. Allez à droite. C'est sûr, ils sont tous en train de bouffer. Eh, coucou Liam, bon ça va? Dormi? Ah non, je crois. Ah oui, bien dormi. Bonsoir, c'est toujours bonsoir quelque part hein, sur la planète. Endormi, bah c'est très bien endormi. Je suis là pour ça, hein. Garantir un bon dodo.
Ah, Louis. Perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy. I would like to have a word with you.
Bye boy, putain. Bon, ça va mal se passer, hein.
Come closer, Louis. Come closer, please. It's time we had a little chat.
What's wrong, my lord? Tell me. What's with all the bodyguards?
Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road.
Eh? C'est-à-dire?
You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis. I am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons. She's right.
C'est rien?
Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have been this dear William Mortimer.
You've been Mortimer for 600 years? How long have the demons been among mankind?
Que tu lances pas.
I don't think I'd be lying if I said that we have always been here.
If I follow you, you must have witnessed some of the greatest moments in history.
You could certainly say that, yes.
Égypte antique? Mais non, non, il a dit qu'il avait 600 ans, pas qu'il en avait 1600. Hein. Romantique, non, non plus. Mais les croisades, ouais.
I've noticed that you have a passion for the Crusades.
Among other things, yes. Mainly the third. It was during the siege of St. Joan of Arc that I took possession of Lord Mortimer.
And you've never changed skins or bodies since?
I have used other envelopes, but only to carry out very short tasks. Apart from that, indeed, I have been able to retain the identity of William Alexander Mortimer throughout the centuries.
Did you experience ancient Rome?
Oh yes. Luxury and decadence, Louis. My family did indeed reign supreme, but from this period I retain only the works of my friend, Marcus
Empire,
Vitruvius
apparemment
Polio.
il est possédé par un démon depuis 600 ans.
Did you know ancient Egypt?
Oh yes, yes. We were gods on earth in those days.
What did men call you then?
Amenhotep IV.
The 10th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty?
Ooh, I see you're a connoisseur, Louis. Impressive.
Did you know ancient Greece?
In many ways, yes. One day Pericles, the next Parmenides. Just the memory of the time I spent working on acoustics with Pythagoras, well, it moves me quite deeply, to tell the truth.
Pericles. He's the one who brought Athens to its golden age, isn't he?
In a way, yes.
He established democracy and then died during an epidemic. It wasn't so long after his 2 sons passed away. Isn't that right?
Excuse me, Louis, I would rather not relive any more of that, if you don't mind.
You seem to be fascinated by Christ. You weren't him, were you?
Oh, no, not at all. He was my father, though. Strange as it seems.
I beg your pardon? Am I dreaming? Ugh, please tell me I'm dreaming.
We should have the chance to talk about all that again later, but yes, he was my father. All the mythology surrounding Jesus of Nazareth really stems from my father's prideful need to show himself among men.
Ouais.
And you truly have the power to manipulate the thoughts of men.
That's right. Every demon has the capacity to infiltrate the minds of men and to read and steer their thoughts.
And what do you do with this power?
We help them, of course.
Of course.
Of course you do. And you expect me to believe that, I suppose.
Louis, demon is just a word. It all depends on what exists beneath the surface. I understand that this isn't easy. The culture of men is centered on the fact that demons are responsible for all the evils on Earth.
But if it's the same in every single culture, then maybe there might be something to it.
Ah non,
Don't you
non, pas
think?
dans toutes les cultures, hein, non, non.
Control. Man has spent his existence wishing to believe in the supernatural and imposing his belief on others. What could be more convenient for manipulating the masses? A perfect, inaccessible being and a plethora of demons in every one. The perfect idea to relieve men of all responsibility while still finding them guilty.
Can you tell me more about your capacities, your supernatural powers?
Supernatural? From my point of view, they are perfectly natural. Well, Louis, just because the monkey does not fly doesn't mean that we should consider the bird a supernatural creature. We are all part of a grand design. We are simply made like this. By developing our art, we are able to read thoughts as well as write in the minds of men. It is possible for us to make them bow to our desire, but it doesn't work without leaving some scars.
Lucifer, the fallen archangel, left heaven accompanied by 133,306,668 angels. Is it true that there are that many of you?
No, I assure you, Louis. Forget your Bible class. It's ridiculous. We are not angels. We don't have wings. There is certainly nowhere near 1,000,000 of us. And for that matter, no sacred human text represents us correctly.
Hey,
There are
coucou
several
Nico.
families,
Ça va?
and the family
ça va
to
bien.
which I belong has 8 siblings, including Gregory and myself.
Sir Gregory is your brother?
Yes, what can I say? You can't choose your family. But it is very difficult to know exactly how many of us there are because a large number of our kind remain hidden or never reveal themselves even to us.
Pourquoi il nous dit tout ça?
You're the devil incarnate.
The devil? I'm not saying that all Judeo-Christian folklore hasn't served us, but the truth is, of course, something quite different. Please, don't look at us through the primitive prism of religions. I am not hiding any horns or goat's feet, Louis. I have no tail.
Occultisme.
Why should I trust you?
I'm not asking you to, Louis. If you are still in doubt about the demons, I can assure you that won't last long.
But why me?
Why do I tell you about the greatest secret ever revealed to man?
That's right.
I'm coming to that. Don't worry.
Fort.
What has my mother got to do with all this?
She embarked on a crusade
Un
many
gros
years
mytho.
ago to kill all the demons.
That must have upset you. I imagine you retaliated.
No, I'm afraid she never forgave me.
Forgave what?
We met when she was still just a young woman. I appeared to her in a different form because I didn't want to reveal the identity of Lord Mortimer at that time. She was looking for someone interested in the occult to decipher an ancient book.
Heureusement.
We spent many years
Papa.
together until I revealed my true nature to her.
The old book was Al-Azif, wasn't it?
Did she speak about it?
Not so long ago, yes.
Indeed, it was already Al-Azif. She wanted to unlock the secrets.
What are the demons' projects for humanity?
Our aim has long since been to protect humanity from itself. On the other hand, although we give them the impulse to succeed, we don't all agree as to the path they take to achieve it.
How would you qualify your species scientifically?
Good question. What is your area of expertise?
La philosophie, non.
I'd say physics.
So, consider us like the mechanical vibration of fluids.
You mean sound?
That's right. The physical properties of acoustics are very similar to those of our abilities. Imagine us as something like waves.
Ouais. Non. Ah.
Continue.
Louis, it's time you opened your eyes. Come, you'll soon see.
After you. If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed during this period. The idea of organizing conferences was the answer to everything. The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our family first divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive but not to impose our will. A second meeting closes the conference with a final vote.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living several centuries, you stand back and enjoy what reflection and pleasure you can.
Tout à fait.
But how do you agree on global policy?
Locally, we often have competing interests, and sometimes we start wars between men which are linked to our disagreements. Most of the time, our father steps in and gives directives, which my family follow to the letter. Indeed, in my opinion, it is high time we moved on.
What do you mean?
I mean that a new era must begin. The old monarchic regimes are outdated, and it's time to evolve.
So, von Borchert, he was looking for the Al-Azif for you.
Exactly. Al-Azif has always belonged to my family, Louis. And with good reason. My father wrote much of it. Can you tell me what you've done with...
What, you mean the Al-Azif?
No, I already know that. Sarah came here with it and got rid of it. I was thinking of von Borchert. He isn't essential, but he is a trusted person.
He's a prisoner at our headquarters in Paris.
All right.
Hmm?
Did what happened to Elizabeth Adams have anything to do with you?
Unfortunately, the poor girl became an issue between us, in spite of herself. A family of demons is still a family, and as in all families, there are disputes. Elizabeth's family, the Adams, has always been under the patriarchal control of my father. As he and myself are not really on very good terms, sending poor Elizabeth here was terribly rude of him, really.
You did accept, though.
No, I would say rather I was presented with a fait accompli by Gregory and went along with the intention of helping her. But this is my castle, and everyone is the master of their own home.
Ouais, donc il entendait vraiment des voix.
The voice in Elizabeth's head. It was you.
It was my father, to be precise. I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis. Come, I've something to show you.
There is one question that remains to be answered. Why me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
Non?
I mean, it's obvious you want me on your side, but that doesn't explain why you're telling me all these truths.
Louis, this conference is indeed of capital importance to me. And yes, I want you on my side. But that's not the main reason that compels me to confide in you.
What is it then?
Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me, you are one of us, Louis. You too are a demon.
Are you serious?
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I am telling you the truth. Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence comes from? Your talent must already have manifested itself somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No. Stop it. It's absurd.
Have you never found yourself suddenly inside someone else's body without knowing why?
No.
Whilst asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens the first time. Your spirit wanders unconsciously.
My mother can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied to you.
What do you mean?
Louis. I would rather you found this out from her own lips, but it's important that you know. Sarah is not your mother.
What?
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
No, no, it's not possible.
You are my son.
Liar! Well, well. So now you're his bastard. You really took me for a fool. Don't make a move, you clowns!
Everybody keep calm.
Don't say a word or I'll shoot your kid! Not so clever now, are we? At last I found a way to put the pressure on you, Mortimer.
Look, just calm down, monsieur.
You stopped me from ending it all. Because of you, I've had to pay for it. You don't know what it's like. He's in your head. He's in your soul. I never want to feel that again.
Jack, I did not betray you.
You're just like him.
Oh putain, encore. Oh là là. Oui, bah malheureusement, je suis un peu à court. Ah.
Jack, I've only just found out that I'm his son. You can't hold that against me.
You don't understand. You're already in his clutches. Everything was set up to bring you here and reveal the secret of your birth to you. Open your goddamn eyes! You've always been under his thumb! So, what are you gonna do now? You've just found out your true nature. What difference does it make?
Ah, ça en fait aucune.
Wait, Jack! If it weren't for me, you'd be dead by now. You've seen who I am, and this so-called revelation makes no difference. I'm not a slave to my birth, and I refuse to pretend to be a victim. I am Louis de Richet.
Do you really believe you've got enough strength to resist him?
I am who I am. Only our actions truly define us. And you can threaten me all you want. It won't make any difference.
Don't change, Louis. You're strong. I wasn't able to make it. You're just like him. You are already. You can't see it, or you don't want to see it, but it's already too late. In fact, I haven't got any choice.
You always have a choice. You know very well what will happen to you if you shoot me. Jack, I'm the only one who can help you resolve the situation. I'm just asking you to trust me. I'm not against you. It's over. Come now.
You know what I told you. Evil and good depend on you, and not on your nature.
Yes, it's true, and the same holds true for all of us.
Monsieur Peru, I am willing to overlook this latest scene. You can thank my son for that. I think, however, that you ought to take your leave. For
C'est bon, on est convaincu que c'est notre père.
as
Enfin,
well
ça a été vite, hein.
as of your daughter. too shaken up. You've experienced many significant events since your arrival.
Dire non, hein, on n'a pas l'air très perturbé, hein.
No, not really.
I'm impressed by your ability to remain composed, not to let yourself become overwhelmed by your emotions. For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her justify herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon, I would like to introduce you to your first talent.
What do you mean?
Open your mind, my son. Relax. You hold immense power. It's already there, inside you. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should relax.
Open your mind. Hear my voice. Feel the vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you have been concealing. Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
La méthode
Now
Coué.
breathe.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream. Some words are clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
Hear them. Now I can hear a clear voice.
Well done, Louis. Congratulations.
What was it?
You are now able to read people's minds.
What?
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts. So, if you need to know something in particular from someone, all you have to do is make them think about it.
But it'd be a violation of their most intimate thoughts, wouldn't it?
To begin with, there's nothing obliging you to do it. You already had the ability without even knowing it. I just gave you the option of putting it into practice if you want. Moreover, it would be wrong to evoke morality here. Every species is different, Louis, and this is the way we are made. That's all there is to it. You are free to use this talent or not. And what's more, it will be up to you to decide what to do with the thoughts you read. That is where the values of right and wrong do come into play. There are also a few rules you need to know that govern this talent when used between ourselves. You can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourselves will know that you are spying and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear. What is most considered bad form is getting caught. So I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Home?
Yes, the old grump is touchy, and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later, if you want. Just join me in my study when you've finished.
Lecture d'esprit, vous êtes désormais capable d'entendre les pensées superficielles de vos interlocuteurs. Chaque utilisation de lecture d'esprit coûte un point d'essence. Vous pouvez en récupérer un quand vous rencontrez une immunité. 2 quand vous exploitez une vulnérabilité. 3 quand vous consommez une croix de Malte.
You're right. I need to go now. See you later, Lord Mortimer.
One more thing. If you want to know the truth about your birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue des Martyrs. That's where she disemboweled your mother to steal you from me.
Donc, elle a l'air gentille, la maman.
It's not that I regret all these discussions, but I must hurry to the wharf.
Ouais, on y va le plus vite possible. Oh, ça devient n'importe quoi, hein, le jeu. Voilà. Quel enfer, elle est où?
Emily, what are you doing here? You wouldn't have seen... Mother? No! No, what's happened? No, Mother! No!
She's ruined my life, Louis. I am sorry.
What were you thinking?
Emma meant everything to me. Your mother destroyed everything by shooting her. She was me, and I was her.
Bah, c'est elle qui l'a flingué. C'était moi, j'étais elle, mais... Ouais, je comprends rien.
Dear God, I beg you, make him kill me. I've had enough of it all. I no longer have the strength in me.
Lui là. Mais ce n'est pas Sarah qui a tué Emma. Ah mais quel enfer.
You're the one who killed Emma, not my mother.
And it wouldn't have happened if Sarah hadn't struck out at Emma first.
Oh, ils disparaissent, enfin je sais
Get
pas.
out of here. Why have you always lied to me? Why didn't you ever tell me I was his son?
Non mais c'était nul. Je suis pas arrivé à temps. J'aurais pu sauver ma mère. Enfin, ma mère. J'ai pas empêché Lady de tuer Sarah de Richten. Mais j'ai quoi? J'ai descendu trop lentement? Pour mieux branler, c'est un peu le bordel là. Hein. Je dois dire que c'est pas top. Hein. Le son est vachement mieux branlé, ouais. Ah, ça me vend pas trop du rêve, hein.
rational and open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily, what a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly.
Ouais,
I
finalement,
can mentally
c'est
manipulate people.
pas si
I
bien
don't
écrit que
even know
ça.
if it's a good thing or a curse.
Même pas si c'est une bonne chose ou une malédiction. J'en sais rien, moi, pourquoi il me pose la question?
No. No, this is an advantage. I could get used to this pretty quickly, I think. Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father,
Oui,
I
non,
know
mais c'est les
nothing
devs hein,
about.
qui sont pas
Yes, I've still got a lot to learn.
responsables de leurs
It's enough to
actes.
drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute.
Ouais. En faire.
Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get information from me?
No, not at
What?
all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
Oui, bah apparemment ça a été très vite, hein, on a changé d'avis.
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
8.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Do you think he's jealous?
I didn't realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand, regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself,
is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help, and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
À dire qu'il a raison, mais c'est un peu par principe.
But if your intention is not to dominate the human race, why not let them be master of their own destinies?
I perfectly understand this type of reaction from you, less from William. The main thing you're lacking is time. Man is transient, and one of his particularities is that he does not learn from the errors of his peers. He uses up an incredible amount of energy building and destroying whatever he himself has put into place. If we weren't here to help them, guide them, I sincerely believe that humanity would have become extinct by now. We are eternal, Louis. When we plan ahead, we do it for the long term.
Yes, I understand, but that's more like tyranny, isn't it?
Well, it's all a question of your point of view. From man's point of view, I can understand how he would have that impression if ever he found out. But don't forget your true nature. From the demon's point of view, in other words, ours, letting man do as he thinks fit would equate to letting him race to his own demise.
But what about man's freedom to choose?
That is man's worst enemy, Louis. Imagine a creature that dies without reaching the age of adulthood. It remains a child. We have to help him, otherwise he will put himself in danger. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families,
celui qui a une
younger
comment ça va?
but nonetheless powerful, are trying to
celui qui
upset
X.
the balance.
Merci
At
beaucoup.
present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do
Ouais,
you
ça va
understand?
tranquille.
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political
Il y a le jeu qui se
chessboard.
tire en couille,
I
là, le
only
scénar
hope
il
your
se tire en
father
couille
doesn't take you
grave.
down with him.
Salut Jordan. Salut Toram, merci beaucoup pour le follow. Pour le follow, Jordan également. J'espère que vous allez bien, qu'est-ce que vous faisiez? Alors vous faisiez du Zelda, c'est sûr. Ouais, ça va bien. Ouais. Allez, pas de soucis. Merci beaucoup. Bon, j'imagine que vous faisiez du Zelda, c'est ça? Du Breath of the Wild. La chasse au Kurogu. Ouais, c'est le Kix. Ah, merci beaucoup pour le raid. Oui, mon français, oh, on s'en fout du français. Ah oui, des génériques de... Ouais, c'est juste... Ouais, écoute, ça va bien. Le jeu qui se tire gentiment en couille. Le jeu, bah écoute, jusqu'à là, il était pas mal, mais là, non, c'est vraiment en train de se barrer en couille. Salut Malo. Je peux l'écrire. Ah, ma bouteille, ah, bah, je savais que c'était soit du Zelda, soit des génériques, soit de l'apéro. Ah, tu vas jouer 20 minutes? Et puis... Ah bah non, on apprécie tous tellement les streams apéro que... Ouais, j'ai joué plus que 20 minutes, hein. J'ai joué 20 heures. Ouais, écoute, ouais, ça roule. Ça roule, la prime. Pas mal dormi ce week-end. Faut que je récupère un peu de la fatigue. Ah. Ouais, de dormir c'est bien, mais là j'ai dormi tellement longtemps que je me suis réveillé, c'est comme si j'avais une gueule de boîte. Là, je me suis réveillé, j'étais mal. Je comprends pas du tout ton jeu, comme souvent. Ah, c'est un jeu narratif où tu dois faire des choix de merde. Non, en fait, je fais des choix de merde, mais je le fais pour les autres. On pense. Alors, c'est un jeu français qui est développé par une petite équipe. Et en soi, il a plein de qualités. Et il a aussi quelques défauts. Meilleur jeu. Alors voilà, on est passé d'une enquête, d'une histoire d'enquête où on cherche notre mère, à au final, notre mère est diabolique, elle meurt dans d'atroces souffrances et le jeu nous dit ah mais pourquoi tu l'as pas sauvée plus tôt? Et alors bon finalement ce n'est pas notre vraie mère car nous sommes le fils d'un démon. Alors je vous assure, hein, je n'ai rien bu, hein. Mis à part du café. Voilà. Vous comprenez rien, c'est pas grave, démerdez-vous, moi non plus. Ah, pour t'endormir, c'est parfait. Dans 5 minutes, tu dors. Même que tu devrais éteindre ton PC de façon préventive. Donc voilà, donc c'est les démons sont notre nouvelle famille, et ça c'est notre grand frère. Lurk, bon alors, un excellent Lurk. Mais bon attention à pas foutre le feu, hein. Est-il en danger?
Are you suggesting he might be in danger?
Well, Louis, our father's patience is not limitless. If William ever does go too far, then yes, he will be in danger. I want you to make an informed choice. Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
Beaucoup d'allers-retours, hein, c'est... C'est bon, on a gagné en fluidité. Depuis que tous les invités sont partis, le jeu est beaucoup plus fluide, non? Vous ne trouvez pas? Ah non, c'était aller voir dans son bureau, en fait. Aller voir dans son bureau. Ah là là. Ben Washington. Allez,
Louis,
on va violer
busy
l'esprit de
as
Washington.
always, I see. How lucky you are. I must admit I'm trying to kill the boredom myself.
Non, je suis plutôt vers la fin, là, je suis à... Je pense que je vais être aux 3/4. Bon, aux 3/4? Ouais, aux 3/4, je pense. En gros, il reste cet épisode plus un autre. 10 heures de jeu, quoi.
I get the impression we're all in the same boat.
And here I was thinking you might have some juicy gossip.
Un dernier invité est attendu? Ah bon?
Well, Mr. Godoy heard that we are expecting a last-minute guest.
Pardon?
Yes, a certain Al-Azif.
Strange. Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, I might as well not hang out here any longer, if he has nothing to say.
Me neither.
He must have misunderstood. The conference has started. Godoy is a little too used to court intrigue, if you ask me.
I agree with you. Well, nevertheless, I hope I have distracted you a little.
Yes, thank you, Louis. I don't need much.
Du coup, on peut pas lui
And don't
lire dans
hesitate
les...
if you ever do have any news.
I won't, Mr. President.
On peut pas lui lire dans les pensées, très bien. Dommage.
His Holiness awaits my report. I haven't the time. I haven't the time.
Bon. C'est vrai, c'est incroyable, il a jamais été aussi fluide, le jeu. On a même jamais frisé les 60 FPS. Attendez, j'ai fait le tour là. Passer devant les escaliers. Quel connard. Ça va trop vite. Ouais, ils étaient là.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm
J'ai pas
proud
eu le
of you.
choix.
You've made the right choice. You must
J'ai
have
pas eu
been
le choix.
disappointed not to have been able to speak to Sarah one last time. I would have liked her to tell you herself.
Well, I guess I'll never know now.
True. Even so, there is one more thing I haven't told you about her. Sarah was my daughter.
What? but why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say.
Soulagé, anxieux, bouleversé. Option 5, non.
Quite curious to find out more. My whole way of thinking has been blown apart in just a couple hours.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
Il s'inquiète. Inquiète.
I think he's worried about you.
Worried? Marvelous. That's just like him. You know, in a family like ours, we all have a role to play. And his is to worry about everyone else. Let me reassure you, there's no reason for him to worry about me.
Like the relationship with your father, for example.
It's sometimes complicated, I must admit. I like to understand things, even if it means thinking outside the box. In fact, that's a character trait that you seem to have inherited.
You haven't answered about your father.
What did I tell you? You are too curious, my son. Let time do its work. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
Il veut rendre la liberté aux
You
hommes.
really are trying to liberate men.
Of course, not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Ouais.
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
Talk to me about slavery.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to
Ah ouais, il est en
stop.
train de me bourrer le
Today,
mou, là.
black slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated
Après,
into
c'est le monde
our
réel
system.
hein, aussi. Ouais.
They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as a workforce.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be given the right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment, they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to...
Mais ils sont trompés de siècle, là, les
We
devs.
could guide humanity from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today, we are wasting too much time. What obscurantism! By harping on this concept of good and evil, guilt and redemption, look where men are now, locked up in beliefs that should no longer exist. It's time for men to rediscover themselves and to take control of their lives, as they really are, without any moral judgment.
Tell me what you think about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates both the desire and the need. It will liberate women as soon as the machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the cultural revolution that printing brought about. But the most important of all has already been laid. The
ChatGPT.
foundation stone. Freedom of speech.
Ah non.
The First Amendment of the Constitution. There must be opponents to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach. Otherwise, man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence. But humanity is not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are? I understand your goal, but the change you propose is not really a significant one. It is merely more smoke and mirrors.
You must understand that we directly depend on men. Consequently, we have to do our utmost to help them progress and to prevent them from killing each other.
Ouais.
As we have the power to influence their will, why not impose the desire to live in peace?
We do exactly that, on a regular basis. But a leopard cannot change its spots. When the person that you inspired dies, you have to start all over again with the next one. It's painstaking work, Louis. Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy. But it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
You're going to use your powers to alter the votes?
The real game is about to begin, Louis. Up till now, the guests have been sizing each other up. From now on, it's time for Gregory and myself to play, as well as you yourself. Now, here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes, you're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaget had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaget's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right. I'll take care of it.
Ça, c'est là vachement compliqué. Alors, il était où déjà? Edgy. Ouais. Alors, Piaggi. Là. L'autre droite.
Ah, well. Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate.
I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence.
Ah ouais, on pourrait bien lui parler de n'importe quoi, hein, enfin...
I wanted to thank you for your help. I mean, for your time talking to me about the Holy Lance.
Oh, and did you find it? It's the crusade of a lifetime for some people, Louis. You are searching for another holy grail.
You're nearly there. Link into his thoughts.
Does it annoy you at all?
But what on earth is he trying to get at? Why do you ask, Louis? I don't follow.
For the glory, Your Eminence.
I can feel it coming. It's working.
What insolence? Why, really? I am a man of the church, Louis. May God keep me from such ambitions.
Right. Let me in, Your Eminence.
Why?
On a l'impression qu'il a fait une syncope.
I've done it. I've done it, damn it. He was right. just crazy. I can't believe it. Look at yourself, Louis. You better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me. Right. Well, it's time I got started. Let's see what I can find here to help me write that letter. I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Rien, enfin. Mon cher Giuseppe, mon état de santé ne me permettant pas d'honorer l'invitation de Sir Holm et Lord Mortimer, je vous prie de bien vouloir vous y rendre afin de siéger en mon nom à un colloque. Vous manifesterez, bien entendu, ma reconnaissance à vos hôtes. Consolidez nos accords avec Sir Gregory et informez-le de son emprise concernant l'évêque cardinal Caramanti suit son cours. Entreprise, pardon. Je vous renouvelle toute ma confiance. Dieu vous bénisse et vous protège. Postscript, n'utilisez plus votre tampon personnel quand vous m'écrivez. Changez le tampon pour celui figurant ma devise. Hein? Cher Giuseppe, ça en route pour la résidence de Lord Mortimer. J'espère que vous ferez bon voyage. Bien que vous soyez amené à traverser les campagnes françaises actuellement très agitées. Mission est capitale, mon ami, sachez-le. Dieu vous bénisse. Pas le même.
In one of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it. And I remember that. Flore in Domo Domini. Must be in Latin.
Super.
Giustizia, misericordia e umiltà. Boy, I gotta brush up my foreign languages. I think it's in Italian. Justice, mercy, and humility. Piaggi once gave me a sealed letter. It had the same seal on it. I remember now. A circle with a cross inside. Now, I distinctly remember this seal that Piaggi used on the letter he gave me. This isn't the same stamp. On it is written, Flore in Domo Domini. Latin, it blooms in the house of God. Right. Well, let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
Ouais, discrédité. Créditer les deux. Ouais.
It turns out, now that I'm here, that I find Lord Mortimer's projects grant us many more advantages in comparison to what Sir Gregory had suggested. We are talking about the future of the Holy See. There. That should be enough to justify the change of vote.
Passe bien.
There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today, the date is 24/01/1793.
Ah, aujourd'hui, on est le 24. Oh putain. H. Pas trop. Dans le E. Ah bon? Je suis l'un du mic? Non, c'est que t'as baissé le son, c'est pas ça? Non, non, le micro est à 20 cm. C'est pas moi. Et du coup, là, c'est toujours faible. T'entends plus rien? Mieux? Et là, c'est différent. Ah, c'est peut-être moi qui parlais pas très fort. Good. Écrit. Alors, réfléchir à la logique du code. Alors, attendez, parce que j'en étais là-dessus. Alors du coup, le 17... H... Bien, ok. H, c'est censé être le premier. Non. Trente et un, c'est I. Mhm. Il n'y a pas le 12. H. F. F, c'est le 3. C'est du tout logique. Ouais, c'est par rapport à la main. Oh, on a quoi? On a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Je comprends rien non plus. Mais bon, ça change pas. Du coup, on a quoi? On a le 17, c'est le premier, donc ça fait E. H, c'est le suivant, donc on va dire que ça fait 1. Ouais, H, c'est toujours le 1. Et 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Et 17. 8, 9. C, c'est 9. Et le F, c'est 3. 1, 2, 3. Ok, je crois que je l'ai. Du coup, pour le 31-12, donc on a I, c'est le 31. Après, on augmente, donc ça c'est 1, 2. Non. C'est 2. C'est parce que j'ai noté les notes. Ah bah elles sont là. En fait, 31 commence... ah, par exemple, le 17, ça marchait bien. Tu commences ici, E c'est 17, donc le E est là. Après, tu passes au mois, donc H. H, c'est le suivant. En fait, ça fait 1, donc c'est le premier mois. Et puis l'année, ben, H, c'est le 1, on a dit. Le B, ça fait 7. Donc en fait, ça c'est 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Donc c'est B. Le 9, c'est 2 de plus, donc 8, 9, C. Et puis F, c'est 3. Donc 1, 2, 3. Hein? Ensuite du haut, A, c'est un G. Le 31, Alors pourquoi le 31 c'est G? J'en sais rien. Ça devrait être I. On a G, mais alors pourquoi c'est le 31? J'en sais rien. Enfin, pourquoi c'est G? Et après on a J, donc J c'est 1. Ah bah c'est pour les dizaines en fait. En fait c'est pour les dizaines. 17, on est là. Et comme c'est suivi d'un 0, en fait. Tous les... ouais c'est G, mais parce qu'en fait le mois il commence par 1. Donc du coup c'est I plus 1. Après c'est J parce que le plus 2, 12. G c'est 1. H c'est 7. Donc ça fait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. H. 9. Et 2, c'est J. Ou 24. Alors, on le 24. Et puis comme le mois c'est février, c'est 0. Janvier, je veux dire. Donc le code commence par A. Et après, c'est suivi de 1. Donc F. Et après, on a l'année. F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Et 8, 9, H. Et le 3. Alors attends, il faut qu'on revienne. Donc 1, 2, 3, G. AF, FCHG. Ouais, exactement. Ah, c'est du code. Subterfuge.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle.
Ah, ça coûte un point, on va pas l'utiliser parce que...
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Oh, on a dit... A. Pas de A?
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
F.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Oui, bah, il va le répéter à chaque fois quand même. F.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
P.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
H.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
P.
Today is the 24/01/1793.
Ah oui, c'est bon, j'en ai plein le cul là.
Your Eminence, all ready to send... What's he doing here?
Damn it. That's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi?
Alors, vol machin là. La diversion.
The old goat is going to drop us. The lousy turncoat. Oh, he'd better not tell me he just fell asleep.
Est-ce qu'il aurait fait un malaise? Lui, ouais, c'est l'alchimiste. Guerre de religion. Et culte. Je pense que l'exorcisme, ça va pas trop marcher. Hein. T'as pas intérêt à me dire qu'il s'est endormi comme ça. Donner un calmant. Exorcisé? Non, mais parce que lui, il est pas trop... Enfin, il est un peu à fond dans les religions. Surtout pour brûler des gars, je pense. Je pense qu'il va pas trop, adhérer à l'exorcisme. Mais peut-être au calmant. Et l'histoire du malaise, et ça va me coûter tous les points.
Calm down now. Monsieur de Richer came to see me because he was having anxiety attacks and wanted something to help him relax. I'm afraid I've been a little heavy-handed.
You can say that again.
I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is, and there he stays. The perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him. Can you keep a secret?
Bien sûr.
Of course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ah, don't talk rubbish. I don't trust the little runt because he is Mortimer's son. Would you believe
Ah, mais il y a tout le monde qui est au courant maintenant.
Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he? The slime bag. He works for Mortimer. Good thing I already tried to warn Gregory.
Il serait contre. Mais non. Vous allez trop loin.
I refuse to get involved. That's against the rules, for heaven's sake.
The rules? The consequences of the conference could well destabilize the world order! It's our duty to shelve Mortimer's project, and to accomplish that, anything goes.
Monsieur von Von, I always act in the best interest of all. I assure you.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
You must have lost your mind to want to take such an extreme course of action.
No one's asking you to help me do it. He is capable of reporting me to Sir Gregory. I'm really risking my neck here.
If you lay a finger on him, I'll denounce you to Sir Gregory. I'm warning you.
You old weasel! Very well, Piaggi, you win.
I refuse to let you do the first thing that comes into your head.
I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I'll find out sooner or later.
Right. Time for me to get back into my body.
Il dort les yeux ouverts.
Right. Don't just stand there, Louis. Mortimer's waiting for you in the red salon.
Et à la salle à manger. Le Red Saloon, là, c'est la salle à manger. En bas. Ah, c'est incroyable, hein. Plus on avance dans le jeu, plus le jeu est fluide.
So, Louis, what was your first time like? Bewildering, isn't it?
Here's your letter. I have to admit that the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
Ah bah aucune difficulté, hein.
Everything went as planned. I didn't encounter any particular difficulties.
Well done, you. On my first try, well, it took me 3 goes. But you did it. Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him, too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Oh, ye of little faith.
On the contrary, brother, Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
What place is that?
At the end of a leash, like all the others.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes, for crying out loud. His whole system has become outdated, and he's too old to see it. He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
En mise en scène, je sais pas pourquoi il dit ça. Hein. Moi, je trouve que la baraque est assez. Comment on dit ça? Assez sobre.
Does he have an inferiority complex?
I've told him time and time again, Louis. He always has to take it one step too far.
How dare you?
You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William. When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
You came here to warn me, sir.
No, to advise you.
Advise me against my father. Why?
I think you are capable of deciding for...
You haven't answered my question. Why warn me against my father? What are you afraid he will do to me?
Well, I wouldn't want him to lead you into... I don't know what absurd adventure in
You
which...
act as though I were in danger.
I agree with Louis, Gregory. You're trying to pass me off as a villain about to devour him.
That's not funny, William. I won't let him follow you.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary.
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
There you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now. If you follow William, he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true face.
Right. Before I answer, well, I'd better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human?
Ouais, mais c'est quoi ces choix? C'est rien? Ah mais c'est une question débile. Rester humain. Bah, ce qu'il y a, c'est que c'est un homme parce qu'il a vécu, enfin, il a été élevé comme un homme, mais pas qu'un homme. On va dire démon, mais un peu nul.
It's useless trying to resist my true nature. I am a demon. May as well accept it. The sooner the better. Even if I continue to live as a human, all my friends and acquaintances will inevitably end up dying. And I'll be left on my own. Forever. I am a demon and
Oh,
have to
surtout qu'ils sont
behave
déjà
like
tous
one.
morts. Hein.
The sooner, the better.
So? What do you choose, Louis?
I shall follow my father, Sir Gregory.
Very well. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Please, don't take offense, but I just can't turn my back on him.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place in a few hours. I propose you gather your troops and prepare to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest.
Come, follow me. It's time for us to get ready.
Do you really think we have a chance of winning?
A chance? You don't know me very well, Louis. We are going to win.
But it only takes one person to vote against us, and we'll have lost.
That's true. That's why none of them will. Why? Because I have an asset that they do not.
Which is...
You.
My friends, prepare yourselves. The conference is about to resume. The time has come to lay down all our cards.
J'aurais pu retrouver Lady Barrow dans sa chambre, mais c'est quoi cette plaisanterie? On est passé au moins 15 fois dans sa chambre. Bon, très bien, bah du coup il nous reste un épisode à faire ce soir. Et c'est parti. Bon, alors, je vous remercie d'avoir été là, hein. J'espère que vous avez passé un bon moment. Merci beaucoup à tous les raids. Merci à Kix pour son raid, à Richtou pour son raid, à Vox pour son raid. Beaucoup à tous les follow également. Des bisous, et puis je vous dis à ce soir. Eh coucou Vox, ça va bien? Bien dormi? Très bien, c'est très bien ça. Tu vas faire un petit, tu vas faire un petit stream aujourd'hui ou? Pas qui dort, très bien. Allez, bisous, à plus.